My name is Dynamary for those of us who don't know. Um, Today is the ITF Juniors, and I like to go and watch the finals of the tennis match. And I have planned it for a long time, just the same way I have planned doing this recording. But I've been overwhelmed by so many other things. But because today is the 14th of June, and this is the men's month, we've spoken about men's mental health, which should be priority. And we also have the 15th of June to celebrate our sweet men. But you see, there are pertinent questions that we must answer. Who is a man? We have I would like to think that we have a lot of men walking around and not knowing who truly a man is, knowing who he is. So most of the things and most of the definitions that we have are limited to functions. And some of these functions are functions that any other person can carry out. When you talk, you're brilliant, very brilliant, lexicons. We have a man is a provider, which is the most alarming in this generation. A man is a provider, a man is the leader, a man is, we have all of those things, but we see that some of these things somehow can be substituted. Some of these things somehow can be substituted and by others can do it. In today's generation, we have a lot of women providing. Let's look at Nigeria, for example. I don't want to do a statistics. I don't know whether there's any existing database or something, but a lot of women are providing for their families, for their homes, and they're significantly supporting their husbands. But that is not the bone of contention. But you see, my question today is, who is the man? I'm talking about who is the man in terms of his essence. A man is a creator. The question is, a man is a creator. The question is, what are you creating as a man? What kind of home are you creating? What kind of environment are you creating? A man is the God here on earth. A man is a creator. You see, we can choose to argue it or not to argue it. I think that the penis is being persecuted. We have a persecution of the penis. Masculinity is suffering. And the definitions of who a man is that we have today are definitions and scripts that were handed down to us. So we have a lot of lexicon. We have toxic masculinity in existence these days. And people are always talking about toxic masculinity. And, we go on and on in this vicious circle, and we are not questioning who is handing the script, because we are not recognizing, or we are not raising our men to function the way they were in their divine masculine energy, the way they were designed by God to perform or to function. We have a serious persecution on the penis, and we have to salvage the scrotum. We have to. From the way we raise our boys, there's a script that is handed over. We have people saying, okay, a man is the provider. Anybody can provide. We have people, we have men bragging with the size of their penis or their sexual prowess to say that that's why they are men. So a man can be braggadocious about the fact that he was in bed for 1 hour with a woman. For him, that's what makes him a man. Copy this. A man is a creator. You see the way God created the earth in its glory, in its dignity, in its divine nature. Then he created man before he created the woman, right? That is the degree and the power. I want to ask the men, what kind of world are you creating in your family? What kind of world are you creating in your office? What kind of world are you creating in your political position? A man is a creator. A woman is a fulcrum. A woman is a fulcrum. You see, let me take marriage, for example. When a woman says this marriage is not working again, my brother, my sister, that marriage is not going to work. A man is the one who covers the woman, and the woman is the one who holds the marriage. Listen, a man can come home drunk. That marriage will still stand. Let a woman come home drunk. A man can, let's leave all this thing we are doing on social media. A man can cheat as many times. I'm not trying to dignify cheating. You see, a lot of women, women now justifying the fact that they can say they don't have a problem with it, but let a woman go and cheat one time. But you see marriage, when you see that marriage, when the woman say you don't do, it's over. But it takes a very little thing. If the man actually is in his divine feminine energy, performing his role as a creator, if he creates the enabling environment, if he covers the woman as the creator, if he gives the woman that authority, ask any woman, ask anyone, if he gives the woman that covering, which is an embodiment of giving her the authority, giving her respect, giving her regard, away from all other distractions, allowing her to thrive in her divine feminine energy, I tell you not, that kind of woman is unstoppable. So my point, I'm not talking about women today. I'm talking about men. A man is a creator. A man is the template. A man is the foundation. You see all of this nonsense happening in society today. It is because the men are not existing in their divine feminine energy. Today we have, look, masculinity is under siege. Masculinity is under siege. The men, look, what scripts, how are we raising our boys? You're braggadocious about everything, but you haven't taught your son how to be a creator. How to create. Your son is the template. There is an audacity that comes with being a man. There is a definition. What are you creating? There is a vision that comes with a man. A man is God here on earth. I don't know how many men are functioning in their God dimension. I don't know how many men are functioning in their power dimension. Have you limited yourself to he's a provider? So when you provide yam, gari, onions, bag of rice, bag of beans, and you provide school fees, and then you wake up and say, I am a man. It's much more than that. Or when is that you have been able to go like 24 rounds, you say, I am a man. Or when you take one or two herbs and you say that you have your this thing, I am a man. Now, this video that I'm doing, it is not a video that is limiting you to this physical dimension. I want you to sit down and question and audit your manliness. And audit your manliness. A man should begin to break patterns. Masculinity is under siege. What scripts are we thriving on as men? What script? We need a lot. We see a lot of men who are trapped in their, what's the word to use? Trapped in their transition from being boys into men, and they haven't functioned as men. So you find 70-year-old boys, 50-year-old boys, 40-year-old boys around the place making noise, talking. Masculinity is under siege. And when we have these days, we have to sit down. We have to sit down. It says that when you destroy the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. When we have to sit down and begin to audit the template, the script in which we are thriving, in which we are using to raise men in the world today. If we want to get it right, we have to dignify and we have to restore the dignity of every man, of the manhood. I wish my brothers, I wish my sweet boys, my son, my prayers. We should sit back and begin to, it is not just about, there are a lot of people providing. Being born a man doesn't make you exist in your divine male energy or masculine energy. You have to ask questions. We talk of the toxic masculinity these days. That is a script, and that same script we are handing over to the boys. Let us raise our sons. On that note, I say cheers and I'm off to my game. Have a nice day.